Welcome to the Main Girl Podcast. We have our first special guest today here with us. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Sierra. I work for myself. All right, we're gonna try that again. I specialize in eyelashes. I used to do makeup. Now I'm kind of like, getting off makeup, but and I also do eyebrows. But I do tinting and sculpting for eyebrows.
Okay. How long have you been lashing for?
Um, Dang, it's been a really long time. I've been doing it all together for like 7 years, but there was like a year that I had taken off.
Okay. What inspired you to go lashing? Like, you went to esthetician school. What made you pick lashing over like everything else?
I know, yeah, a lot of people do ask me that. Honestly, the one thing that really made me like kind of stick to that, I don't know. Actually, I was in esthetician school for I wanted to do hair at 1st, and then makeup was also my main thing. And then there was a lady. She was like, "Oh yeah, I love the way you do makeup. You should like, I would love for you to, work in my studio, whatever." And so she was already doing eyelash extensions, and she's like, "Hey, like, did you ever want to just like learn it? So I'll give you a free class. I mean, you can't beat that." So I'm like, you know what? Sure. Like, it doesn't hurt to try. And I actually hated it at first.
I was gonna say because like it's so tedious. Like I really
Yes,
give you
girl.
guys your props because like I could not just sit there and just
Literally, girl. So I think that was the part that I hated about it. But that's what I kind of like took a year off. I worked with them for I want to say like a good like year or two if I'm not mistaken. And then yeah, I was working in a daycare and all that stuff. I also was a nanny actually at the time too.
So you did side jobs while you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
okay.
And then that's when I kind of like completely fell off. And then when I was working at a daycare, I had posted like, bro, I'm tired of working with kids. Like, is somebody hiring? And some lady was working at a hair salon. I was like, hey, like you should start doing lashes again. And that's when it kind of brought me back into getting into lashes. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell in love with it way more than I did before. So,
What do you think
yeah.
made it different that time than the first time?
I would definitely want to say like the first time. I feel like honestly, when you're doing stuff, especially like providing a service for someone, I feel like you need to be at least a little bit in like a good mental space. I feel like if you want to do really, really good work, if you want to invest your time, actually have a really good passion for it, sometimes that stuff is distracting. Um, so at that point, I was really like ready for something new. And so I feel like I really actually put my all into it because I was really like, no, I want to work for myself. I'm tired of working for other people. So I feel like that was like more of the motivation. And I think too, like me getting back into this response that I got, I'm like, wow, like I actually didn't think so many people were like so supportive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like my first week coming back, I think I made like $1,000 in a week.
Damn,
Or
yeah.
1,500. Girl, I like made really good, but everybody was supporting me. I was working, I'm not gonna lie, some crazy ass hours, but
No, I get it. Trust me. I feel
yeah.
like that's what it has to be because I always wonder like usually we want to work the normal like 9 to 5 hours that everybody else works, but it's hard because they work the 9 to 5, so we kind of got to work around everybody's schedules to get
Yes,
them
girl.
in. So
Yeah, and then, at that point too, I'm kind of trying to figure out my own scheduling. I'm like, let me see what people are looking for, or whatever. And girl, I was working day and freaking night doing freaking lashes, but it was a lot of fun though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they made me like my clientele actually made me love what I did all over again. So,
what was the latest appointment you ever took?
girl, I did a freaking I think 11 p.m. appointment. So
Damn,
mind you, getting back into it, I feel like it's just like on anybody doing a service for someone. If it's been a while, like it's gonna take a little longer than now that you're kind of used to it. Girl, I did it for like I want to say a good 3 hours. Girl, I finished at like 1 in the morning. Yeah, 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, this is too much dedication for me.
It's funny though because she's just sitting there. She literally could have been just asleep while you.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, we're just like chit chatting the whole time, and I don't even how I even got to making that appointment, but I mean, it happened. So
When you were younger, did you think you were going to be a lash tech? Was this your dream job?
Dang, it's kind of sounds a little funny, but I actually really wanted to be a chef growing up. I really was into cooking. I love cooking. I remember one year for my birthday, literally all I wanted to do was make my family dinner. So I like looked up a recipe and like my mom got me a cookbook and I picked out something from there. So that was really cool. And then I know like when I was in high school, I actually wanted to get into beauty. Because my aunt, she always was like with the beauty stuff, always doing her hair and makeup, and I always looked at her doing her makeup and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to be just like her when I grow up. So yeah, and then like once I got into high school, when you do like your careers class,
Yeah.
and one of my girls, I mean, no, one of the teachers was like, you got to think realistic, like you can't make a living off of just makeup and doing all that stuff, and so I'm like, maybe I should do nursing. Girl, I went to go take my placement test. literally looked at the first question. I handed that paper and I said, yeah, you know what? Let me rethink my life before I dedicate it.
Everybody always says the nursing route. I'm a caregiver. Like I like to take care of people, but like I can't do the nursing. I feel like it's just too much. It's too. I just don't got the dedication. The test. Those girls, they especially like the esthetician nurses and everything. Like it's so much time that you have to dedicate it to it because like that test that they take. I think it's the NCLEX. Oh my god! Like they be studying for forever.
Yeah, no, for real. And I know like a lot of my clients too, since you said like a lot of people are like getting into that nursing route, a lot of them are nurses and they're like, girl, like I'm not gonna lie, I was even contemplating like even like my life sometimes, like going through school, they're like it's so depressing because you have no life, you want to dedicate everything to it. And I'm like, oh, girl, I'm not even a good test taker or a good studier, so I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. Yeah.
And it's funny because I feel like the girls who go to nursing school and then usually fall off from nursing school, they end up going and being like estheticians or hairstylists or lash techs because it's like it's still helping people just in a different way.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're very right because it is so true. Like I know so many girls who do like nails on the side or whatever. Yeah.
You started with makeup first, right? What made you completely switch over to just lashing? Did you have a good start with makeup?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I did makeup. I want to say starting in like it was like middle school, like doing all my friends, you know, doing my makeup and not just sitting in the freaking house or sitting in my room. And then I think I was like in 8th grade. And this is when it kind of started with me actually like kind of making this into like a job, I guess you would say. Or at least a career path is because like we had like an 8th grade dance and one of the girls, I think I charged like $30 and we were like literally in class we all snuck out into the locker room and I was doing all their makeup and I did a good like 5 girls. I'm not gonna lie, I made it pretty good for like my stuff at the time, but so like that was kind of rewarding and I'm like damn, I really really liked it. And then like all throughout high school too when it was like prom and things like that, whatever. And then once I got out of it and I went to like college school because it was like right out of high school, I still was like into it. So yeah, I really loved makeup. But now I'm like I kind of like not like I completely lost the passion for it, but I'm like I really am like into lashing. Like that's more my thing and that's what I mostly get booked for anyways. So
I feel like sometimes it's a little bit harder to push the makeup in if you're not like the super full face type of girl too. I feel like we're going into the more clean aesthetic, so I feel like a lot of people aren't wearing as much makeup unless they're going out for like holidays and celebrations and stuff like that. So
because it's like that even with like lashes too, like even nails, like everybody's more in like the software era, right? So
literally. What school did you go to down here?
So I went to Rosary.
Do you feel like you learned stuff in school, or do you feel like they kind of just prepped us to pass the test?
I definitely say like it is like a pretty good school. I think the good thing about it, they always have like somebody from like I don't know a salon or like people who do a lot of like the classes and stuff like that. They came in for a day. They did like barber cuts and a bunch of different stuff. So I do feel like I did learn a lot. I don't know. I actually did have a really good experience in that
school. Like that technique. It's inspiring to have like all these different people coming in, like actual people in the industry showing you like that they're actually doing it. I like that.
Yeah, and it was cool too because like they even taught us how to do like a day. It was like a week of skincare, a week of nails, at least for like cosmetology. So like even for me, I do my own nails. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, thank God I went to school.
I cannot sculpt to save my life. Like I could put the thing on there, but once I gotta put like the gel and all that, I'm like,
like the painting.
Yes, I cannot.
No, that's true, man.
Let me see. So you're in a solo suite right now. Were you originally in a solo suite?
No, so actually I'm working from home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At first I was actually working in a salon. And that was when I was like working in the daycare, my friend was like, yo, like you should work in a salon. Beautiful salon. I'm not gonna lie, it was gorgeous. It had like the marble flooring, big chandelier, like my dreams type of salon. But I will say though, I do like the fact that I can actually like make my own pricing and things like that. I feel like that's what kind of deterred me away. And I didn't have the best experience like actually like leaving the salon anyways. Yeah, so like
you prefer solo over working like for a company underneath of someone?
Yeah, I would say the only reason why I would probably do that if I didn't have a clientele, because they always say like the first 2 years you're building a clientele. So just like if you're doing waxes, you want to start out European to build a clientele or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. That would make like my only reason if I wanted to build more of a clientele. But now I've been doing it for years. I already have like a steady clientele, like, you know.
So you think it's a good way to start in an intro into like the industry, but usually people will tend to fall off and go solo.
Yeah, and I think that's how you should do it. You know what I mean? In order for you to like even like learn, even when you're doing like hair, at least you're in a salon setting where you could like, you know, see people do it or you could ask for help. When you're by yourself, it's like I have nobody to ask. I'm kind of going based off of
figuring it out. You just be on TikTok like, oh, I hope
exactly. Yeah, no, seriously. So yeah, that's what I always say. Like, it's good to start there, but definitely always have that plan to be like, I should work for myself. Even if, like, I don't know, for instance, like, if a salon is for you, I would definitely say, like, always have that in the back of your mind. Like, that is something you could do, though, So.
Do you like home base, or do you want to eventually be in a suite? Because I know some girls love being home based. They prefer it. They said when they get their own house, they're going to set up a shop in their house. Or do you actually want something not connected to your house?
In some ways, I think like it is nice to kind of like. I think it's more motivating to like get yourself together and like I don't know, look more presentable when you're actually leaving your house because it's like I'm actually leaving the house. Sometimes when you're home, you're kind of looking a little too comfortable, and now it's like I could have my bummy days. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I definitely do want to move back out. But right now, I'm not gonna lie, like times are a little tough for everyone in general. You know what I mean? And my sole income is with lashes, so sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the fear kind of holds me to kind of stick to my house because I'm like, God forbid, I don't know, it's a bad month and like I barely have stuff to pay, my rent, and then let alone I already have like I have a mortgage, so I have to pay that. So yeah, girl, it's a freaking lot.
Girl, yeah, yeah. What do you do in the slow seasons to like boost your money? Is there certain ways that you advertise, or I did see that you sell products? Like how did you go about the selling products?
So honestly, I just kind of was like, I mean, what are some main things that somebody would need? Or like a lot of my clients would be like, oh, do you have like lash soap? Do you have this? Do you have that? And I'm like, instead of me saying, oh yeah, go on Amazon, look up something, I'm just gonna sell my own stuff, and obviously that's just another source of like how I can make some income. I even had girls even who didn't get lashes done, but they were like, oh yeah, I need something like a good face wash that I don't break out on. And that is such a gentle wash anyways. So I'm like, girl, I was selling to people that honestly weren't even getting lashes or even weren't even coming to me because their own lash tech wasn't selling products either.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. But in the slow season too, I'm not gonna lie, there's some times where like you have to bite the bullet and give some free services out. But it's just as like, I don't know, if I wanted to start a new set, I'm like, now that it's like slow, at least I can have that time to like, I don't know, introduce some new sets or start it, like, check out a different brand, and then I can have a model come in, and that's some advertisement. I can make about like 3 videos on one person, you know what I mean, or 3 posts or something like that. So yeah, honestly, it's just about being consistent and like showing people like, yo, I'm still working, like literally. I'm available.
Do you feel like you have to be posting like 3 times a day, or do you feel like how do you feel about when it comes to social media presence?
I would definitely say I do think you should make it a priority to like actually post something every single day, even if it's not like a general post on your like feed, something on your story, like something to show, because not for nothing, if you don't post something and you could be fully booked, people think you're not working, people think you're not accepting clients, people think that not for nothing, people like to see. If I'm not saying anything, I'm not going to think that's what you're doing.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's why I'm just like, yeah, it's definitely important to stay consistent. And I think, too, like, a lot of my clientele did come from, like, yo, I just found you on Instagram, or somebody introduced me, or something like that, because I'm, like, consistently on my stuff. You know what I mean? So.
Do you want to extend your product line to like actually selling like the lashes itself, like the trays and everything? Do you want to eventually?
Yeah, I want to. There's also a few other things that I want to do. I've been working on it since I want to say like the beginning of this year. So yeah, there's definitely product stuff for sure. Yeah, because this honestly is better to work smarter, not harder. And I want to come to a point where like I'm just doing maybe like an exclusive type of thing, like just to my clients. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't mind meeting new people, but I definitely do. I love my girls, like, you know what I mean? They've been with me for years, and I know I could like depend on them. They never give me any issues. That's when like I kind of do want to sell products and kind of step back and not work so much.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like that's what I see, like the big main like people who are like really like locked in and like selling a lot out. If they wanted to like step away and just like sell products and stuff like that, they have like their main books just set. They have like their steady clientele that they just have that's like locked in, and then they just they'll have like a waiting list where if somebody reschedules or something, you can like get in, but you kind of have your set schedule once you start to like expand and do other stuff.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Do you have a part-time job now, and do you feel like it's necessary when it comes to being in the esthetician industry now because of how like the season has been?
Okay, so first I would definitely say it's not necessarily like necessary, because I definitely do see people when it's like the slow. I feel like slow seasons are like, I feel like you can always kind of find a way to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when it comes to building a good rapport with clientele, having referrals, having different type of programs in order to give people an incentive to still book, I feel like because when it comes to like beauty, people are always, not for nothing, girls, we take beauty serious. Like,
so serious.
You know what I mean? You're going to find that woman who is very like high maintenance type of woman. Her man will pay for her own stuff. Like she's gonna get her shit done, you know,
regardless of what's going on.
Exactly. So I will definitely say, because I've definitely seen girls who book out for like months in advance. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely doable. But I think too, like when you have something that you're not as consistent on, maybe you might have a slow like week, month, whatever the case may be. I think it would be necessary to have a job then, like maybe something on the side. Definitely part time though. Give yourself some time to still at least have your books open, at least a full day, you know, and just keep on working towards it. Because I think too, like you could definitely be booked out. Like for me, I was working nightlife, but I'm more so like I'm still not gonna work for nobody. At least it was kind of like I could still honestly build my own clientele through there.
Yeah, literally.
I was hustling my ass off. I'm not gonna lie. Like even on a weekend, I made like what $2,000. Like you could do it. Yeah. So I think it just has to be worth it. And for me, I was just doing that because like I don't know. I wanted to invest in stuff in my lash business, and I'm like, I need some good coins to you know do what I have to do.
Amen.
Yeah, I renovated my room and things like that. Like I definitely did a lot of things that I'm like, if I'm gonna make some good money, I gotta reinvest it back into what I really want to do for the rest of my life. You know?
Yes. Yes. What's your favorite lash set that you like doing the most right now?
Oh my god, I want to say my favorite is my most popular right now. I think that's also part goes within like how you're like marketing too. Sometimes I like always kind of show my personal favorite sets to do. So like right now it's like because I'm always posting it. That's what's getting booked the most. It's more like my wispy sets. I want to say my wet set and my anything. Honestly, my wet sets are more popular, but anything that's wispy, even like classics, whatever. Wispy is like my thing right now. I think not for nothing, the very uniform look. Like you're going from one size to the next, and there's no like difference in the set. There's no
love your
texture.
Wispy. It's so pretty. Every time I'm on Instagram, I like know it's you just because like how way it flirts. It's so pretty. I always love it so bad.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think like it gives that like strip lash look because now like you know a lot of girls are like getting themselves together, you know. But I think too like I definitely do like a little bit more of like a clean aesthetic. I don't like nothing too dramatic, nothing that's gonna touch your eyebrows. I mean that's for some people, but that's just not my personal style. So yeah, that's like literally been my go-to. Even for my own personal lash sets, like what I do on myself, that's what I'll do.
What do you feel like about the lash tech versus the lash artist conversation, where some people feel like if you're a lash artist, your clients come in, you look at their eyes, you know what they want, you know what they deserve because you're the person, compared to like you guys are lash techs where you have certain styles, they pick it and you just kind of try to vary it to their eye.
I get like a template pretty much, right? I would say like I like to use more so like a lash specialist compared to like a lash tech because I do say like I'm not gonna lie, I was a lash tech before, you know what I mean? Kind of just like doing my basic classic hybrid volume, mega volume. That's it. And that's when I didn't get into textures and different curls and things like that. I think once you kind of explore more and kind of see like people's different eye shapes and things like that, and you could actually cater to them. Because I've even had some girls come to me like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually wasn't getting lashes because I thought that lashes just weren't for me. And I'm like, no, girl, you could still get a volume set, but you can keep it very short because your eyes are so tiny. Like, you know what I mean? And you're still gonna love your, you know, the look that you have, but also mix it with like a J curl and an M curl and things like that. Like things that you're not using basic CC, D curl, like because those are like the main three that people like to use. But it's cool to kind of go by like people's what is it, eye shape or even their face shape too. You know what I mean? When you're actually like into each little detail, I really feel like that even makes you stand out even more, and then you're really taking it serious. Like, you know what I mean? Because I think too, like, I don't know. I mean, lashes are an investment. I feel like, you know what I mean. So
I agree.
Yeah, and especially the price that they're paying, you should be investing even your own personal time as a lash specialist to be like, I'm going to invest time to this person. I want to make sure that they leave 100% satisfied. And don't get me wrong, not everybody's going to love it just because they don't like lashes on them. In period, they just give it a chance. But at least you took the time to give them a good consultation. You gave them exactly what they asked for. You could even make suggestions. And I think that's what makes you stand out because there's so many people doing it nowadays. You know. So yeah.
That was a great answer. Longest you ever took on a lash set?
The longest I ever took, good 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah,
that's actually not bad. I know some girls who take 4 hours just in general. Like it's just if you got like a good full wispy set, it's just gonna take a good 4 hours.
Yeah, but I definitely say though that was more so like when I first started and I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, girl, I was taking forever just to stick on one damn lash, and like I would just get nervous or like my hands would be shaky. now I'm like more steady. I'm more like in the zone, whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I found like little shortcuts in how to make like the lashes full, but it doesn't take me as much time. Like even before I even came to sit here and talk with you, I just did lashes for like I think it was an hour and 30 minutes, and that wasn't even a model. I gave her consultation, everything. Like the application took an hour 30 minutes before it took like I think, and then I think the consultation took 15. So it was an hour 45.
Fast. Oh my god!
Yeah, like
yes.
you know, and it like I can show you the lashes. They look really full. They look really really good. But I'm like also too even I feel like before I was literally trying to do every single eyelash, and they end up with a volume set, and the girl just asked for a classic set. Especially because some girls just have naturally full lashes.
I was just about to ask you that. Do you feel like there's certain like lashes that certain girls can't get because they like do not have enough lashes? Like, have you ever had someone come in and they're like, "I want real full, but like it's giving classic"?
Yeah. Well, so for that, it's just more like if they don't have a lot of lashes, sometimes I'll suggest doing like a volume set just so it could fill in those gaps or things like that. Or if they're having breakage, I'm like, girl, you might not even want to do a classic because surprisingly, the volume lashes are actually lighter than the classic lashes.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're a lot more like because they have to be super lightweight in order for you to fan them out and things like that. So again, surprisingly, they actually are lighter. Because people automatically think they're gonna be heavier. But and then with the classic lashes, in order for them to really show, you do have to put a good like type of I want to say like diameter on them. You know what I mean? Like for them to kind of show, and it gives like a mascara type of look, But mind you, you're sticking one full thick lash on each individual one rather than a thin fan that you could just fan out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it looks more full.
Do you agree with, they say it's fallen season where your lashes just shed because it's the bad time of the year and everything is shedding, so your lashes are just falling out more than ever?
I definitely do say that like there is a definitely a season where, because even for me, like my lashes do shed. I mean, we're mammals at the end of the day. It's just like my dog, she's gonna shed when it's like gonna be the springtime and things like that. I will say it's more so prominent in the spring. I would say like every season you're not gonna have a crazy shedding type of season. But I do say like in those times though, I always suggest my clients like, hey, did you want to do something a little fuller? Even if they book a hybrid set, we could keep it a hybrid, but I might add a little bit more of like the volume fans in order for me to compensate if you do have some fallout. But I will say it's not as crazy as like people sometimes portray it to be.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes they feel like, I mean, they say like your lashes are gonna just be falling out throughout the whole week.
Yeah, like within a week, your lashes are gone.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and I think too, like especially if you're really a good lash, like you're gonna let them last a while too, for real. Because I have some girls who like don't, they just aren't those type of high maintenance girls. They'll get them done once and they'll last them for the whole month. Like
Yeah. I met you at your all pink event last year. The location had changed last minute. How did you handle that situation so quickly?
I will say I crashed out a little bit. I definitely crashed out. It was more so, it happened the night before, and it happened, girl, at like 12 a.m.
Oh my God.
And the girl just said, oh yeah, we can't do it, whatever. And she also didn't have, like, I will say, keep this in mind, I'm not going to say who it was exactly, but like, she didn't have the correct permits and things like that. So if you are going to even move into a space or work in have any type of thing, make sure that their permits are accounted for. And it's not, I feel like it's not a bad thing to just ask, hey, do you have the correct permits? Because literally, she got shut down the night before from doing an event, and then we got screwed over because we couldn't do it.
It's like, I'm just trying to cover my ass and your ass.
Right, and then she's like scrambling, trying to help us get a spot, and then the place that she said was going to give us a spot, they said, oh yeah, she never talked to us. So she like, girl, we were literally like, and this is the day of, and like hours before, she said, oh, you think you could just do it another day? I'm like, girl, we made food. We have people coming out.
Not that, do you think we could do it another day? Like, this isn't a planned event.
Girl,
like,
yes. And then people thought like, because we changed the spot like twice, trying to figure it out. And then obviously we thought it was going to be one spot. Then she said, oh, she never heard of it. So people thought we were even scamming. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really like upset about it. But I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna make it happen. Whatever, girl. We called every single spot you could ever freaking think of, like literally. And there was one lady at the spot that I did it at the hall. I guess they do like a church service every Sunday.
It's a super nice venue.
Right.
Yeah,
really, really nice. And yeah, it was all the way in Delran, mind you. We're already I think we're supposed to go to Philly, so now we gotta tell everybody from Philly gotta come to Jersey now. But yeah, she was like, literally, we're about to finish up a church service. If you want to come, she's like, if you guys have anybody who's helping you, any helpers, they can come early and start honestly help him, put away the chairs. Literally use whatever you need. Yo, that lady was such a blessing.
That's
she helped
amazing.
us out so much. She even gave us a discount because of all the stuff that was going on. Didn't know her from anywhere. And literally, the girl who was doing my makeup was the one who was like, "Oh yeah, you should go to this event space." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
See, such a blessing.
And literally, it all worked out. And I think the people who were there were meant to be there because the people who thought I was scamming, I'm like, "Well, clearly you don't know my character. I'm not even that type of person at all."
Yes.
And it ended up being a really good event. I thought it was gonna be crazy. I thought it was gonna be,
it was lit. We had fun. She had an open bar. It was great. It was a great time.
Yes. We were late to that.
It was. No, I know. It was really good.
No, we were up late too, cooking all that food, making the little charcuterie boards. Like we actually did really good. It was
so cute.
Yeah, and I think I learned so much. Me and my partner, like, her name is Fine Arch on Instagram, but she did her thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it actually turned out really, really good. And we were so stressed out. Why at the end of the event? This is like when people are already pretty much leaving. We got so drunk because it was over. I was like, girl, we gotta drink the rest of this. Yes, like, so many people ended up not showing up because we changed it so much, which is understandable. I get
that
it.
was a celebration though. Y'all said, thank God this turned out the way
so I was like, you know what? Give me a shot.
No, literally, they had a tattoo person there too. It was so fun. It was so cute. Yes, it was. Would you do another one?
Yeah. So my girlfriend, that one that I want to say she was. Now we actually are family. We're friends. We're really, really good friends. But
Fine Arch. What's her name?
Erica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she ended up getting engaged. Like, I think it was, so we had the event in April. She got engaged. I think it was in November, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously during the whole year, like, she literally was planning her wedding, things like that. She just got married this October. So we have some ideas of some things we want to do. There is a lot of girl, and honestly, there is a lot of money you invest in, like, events and things like that. So we're like kind of throwing around ideas here and there, but like I said, she just got married, so we're trying to see like when we should. I want to say, like, I would definitely love to do one maybe like the end of summer, things like that. Give us some time to think about it, but who knows? Maybe we'll have another event soon. So
would you throw one independently, or you feel like it's better to throw one with like a group of people or with a partner?
I think when it comes to like events, particularly, like, it's always good to have it like anybody, like even sponsors, whatever the case may be. It's also good to have some insights, and it's good for them to come together, like for you to come together with someone, whoever they know, you know what I mean? It's good. It's a part of networking, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's really good, because sometimes if you're doing an event by yourself, it's just people who are going for you. But she had people going out for her, and then I even ended up getting clientele like that. Like, it was pretty cool. So yeah, I would definitely say it's always good to, like, at least be with someone else. But hey, I mean, more power to you if you're doing it by yourself.
What makes you, because I saw, even before I came to the event, I saw on Instagram how, like, you and her and some other people, you do a lot of collaborative, like, work. What makes you be more collaborative based instead of competition based? Because, our industry is very competitive.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think like, if you are looking at things from like your perspective and like putting yourself in your own shoes, like, it would have been nice if, honestly, when I first started, there was more of a community of people that I knew, and it's always good because you just never know. Like, I think, for instance, like, I have this one girl who does lashes, and sometimes she's like, girl, like, oh my god, something happened with my kid, like, can you take the client? I'll take the client for her. So it's always good to have someone that you could rely on, things like that. I'm not shy either. Like, she ended up, I don't know, her client ended up still being hers, but it was cool though, because she's like, yo, like, at least put some money in your pocket. So it's good to know somebody like that. And like, to be honest, I feel like I got more confidence when I had more people in my community. Like, even like my friend who does she does my lashes. We started off with her doing my lashes, then we started exchanging services, and we became really, really good friends. So like, I collaborated with her on some things, and there's never no hate, no jealousy. Like, she wishes the best for me, same for her. She's always like, oh my god, my friend does my lashes, like, you know what I mean? So it's good to have genuine people like that, and I think that says more about your character and about your, I don't know, the way that you are, like, in general, and like the way you work. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I know my work is good as hell, so
yes,
you know what I mean? I know I'm gonna stand out my own way as much as like my friend does, and vice versa, so
Do you only do service for service with her, or have you done service for service with anyone else and it didn't go necessarily the best way you thought it would?
I mean, I have definitely done like service for service. Like, I've done it with, obviously with my friend. I did it, I think, did I do it with the nail tech? I think I did it with the nail tech. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta be prepared. Somebody might keep canceling on you, and it's like, girl, you got free lashes, and I still didn't get my nails done. Like, you know what I mean? Things like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I even was the person. I'll be honest and say, like, I remember some girl, she was doing my eyebrows, I was doing her lashes, and literally, girl, I was helping my brother move till like 2 in the morning. Mind you, so random. I was helping her move, and I fell asleep. Girl, completely forgot to turn on my alarm, and she showed up, and she's like, "Hey, like I'm here, whatever." Girl, I literally completely slept through my alarm.
Oh my god!
Literally, well, I never had an alarm set.
My pajamas like,
girl, I woke
do
up.
Do you mind?
Yeah, girl, I woke up like literally an hour late, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." But that also was like, no, like for real, you need to make sure you got your shit together. But yeah, girl, no, I was really going through it that week, so yeah. But honestly, it is pretty good to like, because obviously you get some clientele. That's like your walking advertisement, like. You know, you do it on a nail tech, they're always in somebody's face. They're like, "Oh my god, where'd you get your lashes done?" Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have like some type of like service for service, but definitely make sure that it's like, you know, that they're reliable and things like that. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I learned my lesson the one time, and I'm like, yeah, I would never do that to somebody ever again. You know?
I feel like a lot of girls, like, they'll have one bad experience or they'll have a few bad experiences. They'd be like, yeah, I'm okay. I'll just pay for it. Like, I'm cool. What's something clients think is easy, but it's actually very difficult behind scenes that they don't see?
I would definitely say those rough days that you have. Everybody has a bad day, but like to get up and provide a service for someone. Mind you, you have so many things on your mind. You have so much things going on, and like, mind you, and then I'm like, a client comes in and she got her own stuff going on, and then they're like dumping on you and they're telling you all everything that's going on, and this is their service. Like, I'm sure they don't want to hear my side of the story, and sometimes we go back and forth like that, but it's about them. The service, you're making it about them. So sometimes I'm having a badass day, and my clients are like, honestly, they might even have something worse going on. But yeah, just those rough days sometimes, and you're not even in the right headspace. That really could like really get to you. Yeah. So sometimes I think things people think it's just easy for you to get up and just do like some people think it's just like a little side job or like a hobby, but it's like no, there's a lot of time that you invest in it, a lot of your mentality that you have to put into it too. Yeah, it's a lot.
Please be nice to your service providers. We are human too.
Yeah, seriously. Yes. Like just like anybody who's like a nurse or anything, like if you're taking care of someone in any aspect, like it takes a toll on you sometimes. As much as you probably don't think it does, it really does.
Yeah. All right.
And mind you, wait, and a little side note too. When you think about it, we're like the manager, we're the janitor, we're the freaking
everything,
the assistant, we're
the marketer,
yeah, the freaking the website creator, like all these freaking jobs that we have, and
all
it's just
under
like,
one belt.
Yeah, and then mind you, if you're already going through it, I mean, everybody gets depressed, has their dips, or whatever the case may be, like. And then you still have to put your all into that business to keep it thriving, especially because you're doing it for yourself.
Like it'd be the videos, they'd be like, "I'm gonna cry real quick, but I gotta clean it up because I got somebody coming in 15 minutes. I gotta get it together."
Girl, I remember one time. This is a little side story. I'm sorry, but I remember one time I was dating this guy for like, I'm not gonna lie, like a good 5 years. Girl, he broke up with me in the middle of a service through text, and I'm like trying to do a lashes, and I'm like, yo, that was crazy. And I literally had to suck it up and finish out the rest of my day and then talk to him at the end of the day. You know, when you want to call your man or something
right now.
Like when you're arguing, like.
Yes. Because you know, like, when we had our little 9 to 5, you go in the bathroom real quick, you just go argue.
Right, because it's my little job, whatever. But no, girl, I'm like, bro, that was hard.
No, yes. Because we are human too, and we really do be going through life all the time. But we still got to be your service provider.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mistake that you made early on in your career that you wish other lash techs would have warned you about?
I would say, I'm not gonna lie, I would say like letting clients get a little too comfortable. I definitely do think that you should keep a separation. I mean, you should build a good rapport. Some of my girls are like, "Oh my god, you like my best friend," whatever. But definitely keep that separation. I feel like you know who to make a friend and who not to make a friend. Because don't get me wrong, I have definitely made some really good friends. Even some clients are really, really good friends of mine. I went to their weddings, things like that. But having that like that boundary when it comes to clients, because for instance too, even like, I'm not gonna lie, even my friends, I should know what the moment you step inside my you know, my space, my workspace, this is business. And not to say that like I gotta be so stern. Girl, girl,
we do gotta be stern.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, even one of my friends, mind you, I'm working in the evening. Her appointment would be at 5 o'clock, and she would literally be on her way at 5 o'clock or taking a shower at 5 o'clock. And I'm like, girl, but you gotta think I'm working even later now.
Mm-hmm. So I had all these other appointments early in the day.
Exactly, and I kind of wish that like that was more expressed a little bit more, or at least I thought it through a little bit more too. Because yeah, sometimes people would just be like, "Oh, I thought it wasn't a big deal for me to come late," or "Oh, she's okay with it because I'm really nice." But when I started becoming stern, now the clientele that I'm having an issue with, they weren't honestly really meant to be my client, because I'm like, you don't even respect just me in general. That's like, yeah, especially when it comes to people's time. You know what I mean? Just because like for me, I'm not going to be 30 minutes late to your appointment and things like that, like, because I'm also respecting your time. I don't know what you got going on after. You could be having another service after, like, you know, things like that. So yeah, I would definitely say.
I feel service providers feel very strongly about that too. Like, we really show up on time to places because we know, like, it's so annoying when people are wasting our time. It's so annoying when people are not coming at the time they're supposed to. So we're like very stern with trying to like be here on time. But at the same time, I also feel like we're a little bit understanding when people are not necessarily coming on time, because we get it. But I feel like that's when we get taken advantage of, like you said, by our friends or by certain clients, because once they become your friend, they're like, oh, she's cool with it.
Yeah. No, literally though.
What was your main girl moment when you realized, like, this is me, I'm really in my career, I'm really, like, this is my big girl job, I'm really an esthetician?
I really feel like it's more so when clients refer other people to me. And like, I'm like, I always ask people, like, especially if it's their first time with me, I'm like, hey, like, you know, have you ever gotten lashes before? Da da da. And when I get like referred to, that's like a really big thing for me, because I'm like, damn, for somebody to be like, no, she's amazing, girl, like, you gotta go to her, like, she is like, yo, she is like the best person to talk to, and my clients will like rave about me. That makes me feel really good. And I say, like, a lot of times too, when I get those moments where like somebody sees like their work after and they're like, yo, this is like the best service I've ever gotten. I've never got asked as many questions before, because I do take consultations extremely serious. I'm not gonna lie. I ask for allergies, and you know, if you ever had a bad experience before, you're allergic to latex, because people don't even know your eyelash glue includes latex in it. So many people are allergic to latex, and I didn't know that, and I was wondering why girls are breaking out this and that, and I never knew that. So yeah, then I like kind of started switching up glues and everything to make my clients feel comfortable. And I think it felt rewarding when they're like, yo, this is like the best service I had. This is like such a comfortable environment. And that's really rewarding. That's why I'm like, yo, it makes you feel good. Like, you know?
Yeah. One of the biggest thing I look for when it comes to being on Lash Tech's page, retention. What is your retention rate? How do you feel like your retention holds up?
I mean, it holds up pretty good, I would say. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just being biased right now. But no, definitely pretty good. As long as you just like really are just paying attention to what type of glue you have, because it goes with the humidity and the temperature of the room and things like that. And also to application. Like, I feel like that's how you can really master your retention, is application and knowing how to work with your glue. That's literally it.
Something that you thought that you wanted early on in your career, but you're now glad that it didn't work out.
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I had a lot of those moments. You know what? Actually, I would say, like, I actually wanted to do classes for a while. But I'm not gonna lie, once I really broke it down and things like that, and I'm not gonna lie, people do kind of shit on the people who be like, oh yeah, a lash course is $1,000. When you really do break down the price and everything. I completely
understand why. Yeah, it's a
lot. And at first, I would even look at it and be like, 1,000, that's a lot. But if you think about it, if somebody, you have to make sure that at least you're getting a decent kit, but like the time that people take and everything, and the proper, like, if somebody's teaching you, they should also offer you like mentorship throughout. You know what I mean? Say for instance, if you leave my course, I could sit on a lash service with you, things like that. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it takes a lot of like your time and dedication. It does. And when you break down like what you're gonna make in the day, you probably can make, honestly, 10 times more doing lashes. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm really like a good teacher. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm actually happy that I didn't invest in that time, at least not now. Because I'm like, I feel like there's a couple more things I could learn a little bit more, and I'm kind of still discovering a lot of new things, especially with trends and things like that. So yeah, I'm happy I kind of didn't go that route.
Do you feel like when it comes to doing the classes, do you think one-on-one is a better option, or do you think the group classes are perfectly fine?
I feel like it kind of depends on like your learning style, for real. I feel like it's kind of up to like the person. But I would say, like, for me personally, if I'm looking at it from my point of view, I would say like more like one-on-one, or maybe like an intimate course, like maybe like 2 or 3 people aren't sitting in, rather than like a huge group. Because I definitely am more like a visual person, so I like when somebody's like on top of me and kind of showing me and things like that. Like, that's like that's my learning style. So,
product or a tool that you cannot live without.
Oh damn, that's hard. As far as like work wise, okay, all right. I would say like the main one is Bonder. Bonder for sure. Like, yeah, because if you do not have Bonder, like, obviously like your retention won't work. Yeah, and like Bonder, I don't know, it just makes the lash glue like dry instantly. So like, say for instance, they can leave, or even before they leave, I've even washed some girls' lashes if they teared throughout, so it doesn't like crystallize and get hard. You know, you ever do that? But yeah, so like bonder is definitely like the lifesaver right there.
What's a product that you feel like is overhyped that is not necessary when it comes to being a lash tech? A product or a tool. It could be like.
I'm trying to think what I invested my money in, and I was like, Brian,
was it necessary?
Oh, actually, at least for me personally, I know some people use like those magnifying glasses to look really close into the eyes. Not for nothing, just go up closer to her. She ain't gonna bite you. But yeah, that's a little crazy. You're looking like you're working through mine. I've seen those before. I've definitely used them before, and I used it for a little bit, and then I'm like, it actually made my head hurt because you're straining your eyes because it's so like zoomed in.
Yeah.
I would say that, and I would say primer. For me personally, I do say primer works good when you're doing like the wispy sets because it actually keeps the spike. But to prime the lashes, I've used primer. I did not use primer. It kind of gives me, it literally gives me the same retention results, at least for me. So,
what's a myth about lash techs that needs to be cleared up that you feel like?
Some myths would be like, because I have like kind of like a few, but I would say like one would be people sometimes don't think you could like be booked out and actually really make a 6-figure income. Because that's happened to me before when I was, I'm not gonna lie, I did fall off a little bit, but I was really into it. Girl, I literally made, I remember 1 month. I know people aren't supposed to talk about what they make, but I'm not gonna lie. That was a 1 month, girl. I made so much money. I made $12,000 in a month.
Damn.
From lashes, girl. Selling products, lashes.
See, it's possible,
everything.
y'all.
No, seriously. And like some people don't think you could literally make sometimes more than like a nurse sometimes or whatever the case is. Like you never know. And especially when you're like, it definitely goes with the passion. But yeah, some people really don't think you could really deadass make a career, get a house. You just have to, I don't know. You just have to do your business the right way. Get yourself like a business credit card, build your credit, all that stuff. Like you can really make it happen, bro.
How many clients do you feel like is too many clients to take in a day?
Girl, I've done like 8 freaking people. I'm like, bro, my back hurting. I got carpal tunnel because of it. Like, girl, yeah, that's a little too much. I would say like a good in between. Like I would say like if you're gonna do, for instance, if you're gonna do what do you call that? Refills. Refills obviously take like a portion of the time than like a full set does. I would say like if I'm gonna do a full refill day, I could do up to like 5 people. That's like an hour and a half each person. That's not that bad. Because all in all, you're doing like 8 hours. And then if it's full sets, 2 hours each, I'm like I could do a good 4, 5. Is kind of pushing it. But yeah, I always try to keep it within like the 8 hours, you know? So, yeah.
Are you concerned about any like health points? Because I know like y'all back and y'all hands tend to be like something that's like a big concern with you. Do you know any tools that can help you or that has helped you with your hands and your back when it comes to you being in the industry?
That's actually a good one because there's a lot of things that I kind of ended up realizing after when I got carpal tunnel and things like that. Like, because like, you know, obviously you're doing the same hand movements and things like that. It's really good if you got like a hand brace. I got a wrist brace, and it's kind of annoying because I got to use it at night, but it actually helps me a whole lot. It helps relieve a lot of stress. I would say another thing is like when it comes to, say if you are gonna lash, you do have to kind of sit a little weird, but you have to like literally lean in, arch your back, and like stick your butt out.
You feel like the waist trainers are probably like the
I would say like if that works for you, for me, my stomach could poke it a little bit, I feel a little restricted. But honestly, those could help out a whole lot. I mean, obviously, you're getting a little thinner waist, it's kind of helping with both.
Amen.
But yeah, I would definitely say like using little like tools like that to kind of help, and you kind of see what works for you. And like I said, like just don't work as hard. Like not as hard, but like don't work as much. Give yourself time to like stretch out. Give yourself and prioritize giving yourself a lunch break because some people will work through their whole entire day and you don't ever prioritize having a lunch and things like that because at the end of the day, girl, I'll feel malnourished as hell.
Be surviving off of coffee all day.
Literally, girl. And I'm like, and coffee already makes you dehydrated. Yes. So yeah, girl. Honestly, I was really prioritizing those little breaks and those little times for myself, and also too, it's good to not book back to back. Give yourself a good 15, 30 minutes if you have to. Reset up, sanitize your space, things like that. But those little things honestly will help you feel a little bit more like ready for the day and actually to get through the day.
Into my teacher that I had when I was in cosmetology school, she always recommended for all of us, you should be getting a massage once a month because our bodies need it. Literally, they literally need it. The way we're bending, the way we're standing, the way we are positioned. I feel like all of us in the industry definitely need to
and I will say though, that is one thing I definitely do prioritize. There's somebody I go to. Their name is like Fendi Spa Mom. He does more so like the sport recovery. But I'm not gonna lie, girl, best massage I ever had. There's because he does like the sport recovery. There's also these compression boots that they have, and a sauna there too. So
I feel like the guys really get in there when
girl,
they be doing,
yes, because I've had a girl do it before, and I'm like, girl, don't be scared, girl, like go in. And sometimes it does feel a little awkward. I feel like some girls feel like intimidated or something like that. I mean, I get it. I feel like even sometimes when I'm talking to women, I'm like, I get a little flustered. But yeah, no. That's girl 10 out of 10, but I do prioritize that at least like twice a month. I'm not in mine.
No, for real. If you could do anything else, what would you be doing?
I definitely did like working with kids. I love working with kids. But ever since COVID hit, that's when I really got back more into lashes. But I was working as a nanny. I was an in-house nanny. I actually lived with them.
Oh wow,
yeah, really, I love that job. Like, so to this day, we actually have a really good rapport. I still talk to them. I check in on them, see how they're doing. But I'm not gonna, I do love children. Like, yeah, honestly, especially like in their like developmental state, like, you know, when they're like 3, 2, 1, they're like freaking sponges.
Would you be a teacher?
I was a teacher actually for some time.
Oh, okay.
When I worked at the daycare, I was working like I even had kids like in first grade and things like that. We had to make curriculum. We even taught them sign language, things like that. So it was actually pretty cool. Like, and that's when they're getting their little personalities. And yeah, your days are extremely unpredictable because kids are all over the place.
And the last question I have for you is, what can we expect from you in 2026?
Well, as of lately, this is actually towards the end of the month, but I actually got 3 PR packages recently, which I'm like, girl, I was not even consistent on my page for months. But I will say it's also the content that you have on your page. Make sure that it's clean, it's bright, it's visibly like more like attractive to the eye. Like, what would you want to see? You know what I mean? That's how I think of it. And what is like a page that you always gravitate to, and what you're looking at, it's like
aesthetic is important to you.
Yeah, girl. And I'm not gonna lie, like definitely more like posting things like that. And I've definitely been getting into more of like different type of sets, like different types of curls and things like that.
What's your main platform that you're on? Is it just Instagram, or are you like on TikTok? You on everything?
Just Instagram. I actually want to get more on TikTok, but I feel like TikTok is good. Damn, I mean, you could build a clientele on there, but the way I see it, it's more so like you could get those crazy hitter videos or whatever, but are they like really booking videos? Yeah. So I've definitely posted on there before, and I really put my all into some videos, and I really didn't get like. I mean, they actually had pretty good views, but like it was nothing crazy. But I love Instagram. Instagram is good for a lot of things because not for nothing. If people don't have Facebook, they have mostly Instagram, and mostly you're scrolling on Instagram. I had a Facebook before actually, but somebody freaking hacked my stuff.
I cannot work it. I feel like Facebook is for the old people. I haven't been on Facebook in forever. They always ask me. I do not know how to work it. I cannot.
But I would definitely say, yeah, getting more into like, you know, posting my stuff. I definitely want to work with a lot of brands, collaborate like with actual like brands that I shop at. And yeah, I have something I've been working on, and I kind of want to, at least by like next, before the winter starts, maybe like the end of summer, I have a couple things I have in mind that I want to do. So
okay,
yeah, I've been working on it.
We are definitely gonna, keep our eye out for everything that you're posting.
But I will say, a little hint. It's pretty much it's gonna cover a lot of estheticians can buy from this brand that I have. Cosmetologists. It doesn't go under just the lash umbrella. So yeah.
See, now I'm excited.
Yeah.
So you gotta tell me where information. Okay, so where can everyone book from you? Where can everyone find you at?
Okay, so on Instagram it's _Plush Beauty. My main Instagram is Ciara the MUA, CIAIRA the MUA. I'm pretty much just on Instagram, and then on TikTok it's just Ciara the MUA.
And what location are you in?
I'm close to Collingswood. It's like a little small honestly a little tiny neighborhood in Woodland. But if you're in the Cherry Hill neighborhood, Collingswood, Oakland, I'm around there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it so much. You're my first guest. This was perfect. This conversation flowed so well, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, and I'm excited for you too. You did pretty.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, no, I'm excited to see what you got going on too.
Thank you. Make sure you guys check her out. Make sure you guys go on her Instagram, follow her, and make sure y'all just keep in touch with her.
Thank you.
Thank you.